Oh, hey there, Internet. What's that? A brand new stunt? Let's take a peek. Pretty cool, huh? I thought this was so much fun. So this is a trick idea that Cameron and I had come up with because we got hired to do the Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival as a two-person show. And a two-person show, you say? That never happens. What does that even look like? Well, you would be right to think that because a two-person show changes constantly. It never looks like any one thing consistently. We have been performing the two-person show every September for the last, I believe, 5 years, and it's been different every single time. So we had some skills that we were excited about, but we also had some skills that we wanted to work out of the show and replace with different stuff. So Cameron's wacky idea originally was to attach a slack line from one tree to another tree, and then instead of having it on one tree and like Jimmy holding it, it'd be attached to both trees, and then I will be on the ground with my feet up in the air, like with my feet on the tightrope, kind of as a little anchor point. And then Cameron would walk and the tightrope would go whoop. And that maybe he would drop torches down to me and then do his final little planche pose on it where he leans out. So we tried that, it worked, we fiddled around with it. We got to the point where I'd lay on my back and I had a board across my feet, and that kind of worked. We changed the angles of it. It was wacky. So we felt prepared. This feels good, super weird, new stunt. We cannibalized some jokes from the three-person show, made them fit in there, wrote some intermediate bits, some transition bits, and then came to Pennsylvania. Smash cut. So this trick doesn't look like what I just described, right? It's different. It's totally different because when we got here, we were put on this beautiful stage that's like a brand new stage. So we really are not allowed to drill into it or touch it at all. We're supposed to sort of like be on it in the most gentle way possible and try not to scratch anything. So Cameron found these beams that he could hook the rope up to, but we tried it, and with such a long rope and me being on the ground, by the time he walked it, he just like literally would start and then the rope would like touch the ground by the time he got to the middle of it. So it was not gonna work. So 2 days before the show opened, we came up with this idea where we could anchor it around a post and that I could like have it attached to me. Talk about corset. Don't eat lunch before this trick. Situation where I could like pull against it, and then the leverage between me and the curve of the rope would be enough to hold it in place. And it worked. It was cool. It was definitely a little funky on the body, but something I was excited about doing, and I thought I'd get like a little stronger too, right? A little Captain America, like holding things together. But that didn't happen, right? We showed up Saturday morning, opening day of the festival, and realized that our show time was shorter than we thought it was going to be. We had anticipated a 45-minute time block, which is what we have at most fairs. But this year, to just accommodate things, part of the system this year, they're doing half-hour time slots, 30 minutes. So we immediately cut, I think, 3 stunts from between the knife show and the fire show. We cut 3 stunts immediately that we had prepared, including the tightrope one. The reason we ultimately ended up cutting it is just because it was a lot of setup. We have found that if we can build a stunt while we talk, it goes really well. People stick with it. But if we sort of just stand around and talk and then do a stunt, we lose people. It just isn't as fun to watch. So we thought, okay, this is a really cool trick, but not this one. We've got other stuff. So we immediately took it out. So we have not performed this stunt in front of people ever. And that's just how it goes. Honestly, getting booked for stuff and having to learn and rush, like having that due date is a great motivator to get stuff done. Sometimes you don't use it, but guess what? Probably like 2 years from now, some random event will call and say, hey, what, can you be there in 2 weeks or whatever? Or we'll do a special event we weren't planning to do, and then suddenly we'll need a random skill, and we can pull one of these 3 stunts out of our back pocket and put them in where they need to go. So it's a cool process. I don't know if a lot of people realize that we have 2 shows, and between those 2 shows, I don't know, let's say we do like 16 tricks between the 2 shows. We actually have about 3 shows worth of tricks that we know how to do. And we do that on purpose. That way, if any one of us gets hurt out of the 3, the 2 people, any group of 2 people can do a full at least half hour, if not 45-minute show. And Cameron, as you know, he works his butt off, can do a solo show. Ari now could do a solo show. I mean, he could do it before, but he's our large could do a solo show. So who knows what's in the future for me? Is there a small solo show on the horizon? I don't know. Maybe I'm alluding to that, but I haven't started practicing anything for it yet, so don't feel like this is like a spoiler of any kind, because if there's a small solo show in the future, I haven't built it yet. But this is super fun. So I really like this tightrope trick, and I have no doubt it will appear somewhere in our lives in the future. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Internet. We'll see you later.